Welcome everybody to a World of Tanks replay. My name is Maxwell and today's replay is from the user Cloudily SG. That is Cloudily SG, and he's driving the IS-3 on an encounter battle on Malinovka. IS-3 is a tier 8 heavy tank for the Russians. Tier for tier, it is a fantastic tank. It has great armor when you know how to angle it and use it correctly with that piked nose that it has, as we see there. So when you know how to use the armor properly, this thing is a bouncy beast. It has a decent cannon on it. For a heavy tank, it has okay speed and maneuverability. But like I said, this thing's strengths lie in its ability to soak up and deflect damage, and its ability to deal damage back against the enemy. So Cloudily going to be heading all the way up the right hand flank, going to be taking to the hill here. Sees some enemy heavy tanks pushing through, going to set himself up to try and get a shot on somebody who comes around that little rock there. T-34-3 makes an appearance and he gets obliterated by a few different shots there. Leaves himself out hanging so he can take a shot at that KV-3 there. At least he'll get something back. Looks like the Allied tank destroyer, the AT-15A, just going to totally block Cloudily here, but that isn't really that bad. Well, he's now dead, so really probably should have played it a little bit more careful. Anyway, Cloudily going to be heading up the hill instead. The rest of his team playing a little bit cagey here. There is a 112 out on his own next to the windmill. The other heavy tank's playing it a little bit cautiously. Cloudily deciding he doesn't want to play cautiously. Gets a lovely shot on the Jagdtiger 88. Does take some damage in return though. He's going to come up and help out the 112. He was lost a little bit of hit points doing so, but he gets alongside the enemy 112. Gets a great shot through his armor. Leaves him with 11 hit points, so a little bit unfortunate. And the AT-15A takes him out, and himself and the ally going to come forward now. They get some shots on this IS. That one a little bit unfortunately just bounced. He's going to set himself up and go back a little bit. Just bounces a couple of shots there. The Allied 112 gets himself tracked. He's probably going to get taken out by the 5100, which he does. Cloudily gets a great shot on the AMX without taking any damage in return. Looks like the AMX is focusing on that IS-6. Cloudily just going to wait for his gun to reload, trying to find the Jagdtiger, but not able to get anything on him. Can see the very top of the 5100, gets some damage on him, but takes some in return. 5100 almost certainly reloading at this point. He's trying to back off into more safety. Jagdtiger 88 out in the open. One good shot will be all it takes. He takes him out for kill number 1. AMX 5100 may not actually be reloading. He might have a couple of shells left in the container and doesn't want to reload just yet. Cloudily going to poke himself out, trying to get a shot on somebody. Gets a great hit on the VK-4502. He's taking an absolute pounding, and the Allies are definitely winning the fight on the hill here. Got a lot of support in the back there. Going to switch his attention to this AMX, who is well hidden. So shoots at the 4502 instead. He's got allies on his left-hand side, but they are getting flanked now by that Löwe and the T-34-3, so they've got to win this fight quickly so they can reposition and deal with that threat. One hit will be all it takes for the VK. If he can find the weak spot, he can indeed. That's kill number 2. And now they're going to spin themselves around and reset to take on the T-34-3 and the Löwe. Cloudily, having absolutely none of this, decides just to charge down the hill, takes out the T-34, rams the Löwe in the back, doesn't do any damage with the ram, but he is turret hugging now, and this Löwe is taking shots left, right and centre. He is just getting absolutely pounded here. He gets taken out by the AT-15A, and the vultures descend and pick his carcass clean. They are winning now, the Allies, at 10 kills to 9, although this is definitely not a foregone conclusion. Only winning by 1 kill at the moment. They have very handily secured the hill though. Still 4 of them left alive, although not everybody is looking particularly healthy. Bounces a shot as he comes down the hill. So going to take cover behind these rocks. There is definitely going to be a tank destroyer around here somewhere. The Rheinmetall and the AMX are over on the number 1 line, so this could be the Nashorn or the Hellcat. Either one of those have good guns. The Hellcat takes out the AT-15A, so it's probably the Hellcat camping around here somewhere. The IS-6 taking the smart route there, using the terrain as cover. Somebody did have a shot, so Cloudily decides to take this opportunity to move. He's going to come down and offer support to this IS-6. Going to use the church as cover. Takes a hit from the Hellcat. It is the Hellcat. He's been ammo racked. He does get a great shot on the Hellcat as he's falling away. Bounces a shot from the right-hand side. That's going to be the Nashorn. IS-6 not taking any fire from anybody. Cloudily sets himself up to try and get a shot on that Hellcat if he pokes his head out. IS-6 makes a move. KV-2 going to charge in and try and take out this Hellcat. He's well in cover, so there's going to be nothing that Cloudily can do here. He's well behind that hill. He's going to have to crest all the way over for him to be able to get a shot on him. IS-6 still moving down the A and B line in an effort to try and flush out this Nashorn. Rheinmetall is now in full view. Gets a great shot onto him. Shame that he didn't have high explosive ammunition loaded, or that would have been a hell of a lot of damage. Nashorn under fire now. Cloudily can reload in time. He might pick himself up a kill here. He does indeed. That's kill number 4. Tiger 1 camping in and around base. He's still on full health, but a Tiger 1's not really going to be much of a match for an IS-6 and an IS-3. He's just going to get obliterated. Hellcat actually took out the KV-2, or at least was instrumental in the KV-2 being taken out. Allies still winning this one, but they're not able to extend their margin any further. Still only winning by 1 kill. Cloudily having a look at the Tiger. If you have a quick look at his shells as well, he's only got 2 armor-piercing shells left, so he's got to be careful. He's got to make every shot count. Still has 11 high explosive shells. A little bit of a high capacity of high explosive shells there. Probably should only have about 3 or 4. 11 is a little bit overkill. Possibly doesn't like coming up against Rheinmetalls and Waffenträgers though, so keeps those 11 shells just to punish those guys. Tiger 1 still in cover. Cloudily's got to play this one carefully. He can't really afford to miss with any of his shells, as he only has 2 armor piercing left. He's going to try and get in a little bit closer. Just has a quick look to the left as that Hellcat is still there somewhere. He only has 400 hit points, which is only a couple of shots for the Hellcat. Brings himself forward. He's got a shot on the side of the Tiger 1. He takes it, gets a lovely bit of damage. Tiger 1 moves forward now behind the building. Sorry if I just punched the microphone there. Tiger 1 still hiding and squaring off against the IS-6 from the front. He's going to advance forward now to try and get the IS-6, and Cloudily picks him off for kill number 5. And that just leaves the Hellcat and the AMX AC-48. Again though, only winning by 1 kill. It's definitely not a foregone conclusion. That AMX may be on full health, we're not too sure. And the Hellcat is only on 200 hit points. Luckily the Hellcat's armor is terrible, so a high explosive shell will just absolutely wreck him. And still got to find him. Coming forward now to his last known position. He's definitely not here. He's moved off somewhere. It's up to himself and the IS-6 to go find him now. IS-6 also moving up in this direction. Not really sure where he's going. I think he realises that there's nobody over here, so he follows the IS-3. Looks like the VK3601 is now making a move for the cap circle. Cloudily just telling the VK to go for the base capture. Going to head forward and try and find this AMX AC. He's going to be around here somewhere. Playing it very carefully. Finds the AMX. He's only got high explosive ammunition. I'm sure I heard a shot land there. The Hellcat takes out the IS-3, looking for the weakest spot that he can find. Only gets 161 damage. Does take a hit from the rear. Looks like the Hellcat has got him zeroed in. Got to reverse behind the IS-3 to try and use him as cover, and then try and pinpoint the Hellcat's location. Has a think about where he's probably going to be. Has a shot. And what a shot it is! Has a prediction on the best known location of where that Hellcat was going to be, and that was definitely a do or die situation. If he hadn't landed that shot, that would have been curtains for him, but land the shot he did. That was either the best shot you're going to see all week or the luckiest shot you're going to see all week. Either way, it was excellent. Now they've just got to square off against the AMX that only has 480 hit points, but like I said, Cloudily only has high explosive ammunition. He's telling the VK to go for the base capture. I'm just going to speed this one up a little bit till we get back into the action. Obviously, this is just the waiting game. Going to have to try and wait for the AMX AC to pop up somewhere for the Allies to react to. Cloudily can't really afford to poke himself out as he only has 162 hit points. They're up to 72% base capture. Still got about a minute left on the clock. These encounter battles, the timer for the base capture goes up so slowly. AMX AC comes charging in. Has a shot, and Cloudily gets a beautiful shot there through the side of his armor to take him out. The AMX AC came charging in for the kill at the end there and just got himself obliterated through the side by Cloudily with one of his high explosive rounds. So, picking himself up 7 kills, almost 5,500 points of damage, and playing an absolutely brilliant game and having probably the best shot that I've seen all week. So thank you very much for sending that replay in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, send that in to replay@screenreality.com. Link for that is in the description. Just attach the replay file itself or the link to the What Replay website to the email, and I can check that one out for you. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this replay, found it useful, informative, you learned something, or you just enjoyed it, think about hitting that subscribe button, because there's a lot more World of Tanks content on this channel. I have been Maxwell, this has been a World of Tanks replay, and I'll catch you guys next time.